Okay, so here we go. Planning phase. Both players still at full life, 34.
Last we left off,
Yes.
poor Zill's Falella got just crushed by Surveyor in 2 attacks.
Utterly ruined.
And for a build that, for the Druid's build, you think there's going to be a lot more enchantments than the Beastmaster, but as it turns out, right now, somebody here is heavily out-enchanted.
Yeah, which is somewhat ironic. I think I called pretty early on that the Druid would be attempting like some type of enchantment transfusion, but the Joktari has just laid on with the enchantments. Not a single one of her actions since turn 2 has been spent on anything other than enchantments.
Absolutely. And you can actually, if you want to take a look here, you can see that the Beastmaster has the Hand of Bimshala, has the Temple of the Dawnbreaker, has 3 enchantments on Surveyor, I believe, all of which are revealed. Am I correct?
Yes, the only unrevealed enchantment on Surveyor is Agony. The 3 revealed enchantments rather are Eagle Wings to give it flying. What's the
Falcon Precision? To give
Falcon
it
Precision to give it unavoidable, and the other one is
Is it revealed? I don't think.
Yeah, there are 3 revealed enchantments on it.
I think one is not revealed, or I'm crazy. Either way, we know that those 2 are on it.
Yes.
So it has that, and of course she also has Surveyor. So we're talking 5 cards currently in play.
Bear's Strength.
Bear Strength.
Oh my god.
That would do it. So we have 5, plus the Enchanter's Ring, so 6 cards in play to the Druid's Enchanter's Wardstone.
Totally pointless given no enchantments on the Druid.
Currently, yes. Then there's the Angel. And
totally pointless given Surveyor's elusive.
It's really hard to deal with. I've been in his position. At that point, you just look at your deck and go, I don't even
look at him. He's going through his entire deck.
His library of enchantments.
What are you gonna do?
Well, Barkskin is not a bad choice.
That's really not a bad choice.
Not at all. And then
there's the transfusion.
Tree of Life, and
3 transfusions. Holy Toledo!
Well, that's
no. I see more. Is that 5?
5 transfusions. Huh.
Wow.
So I can actually guess why.
Because there's all of this deck is enchantments.
Yep. The idea is actually to bounce the enchantments back and forth between the creatures there. That way, one creature will get all these big buffs and then it will attack, and then you switch them over to the next creature and it attacks.
So you use it as a movable buff every turn.
Yep.
That's very clever. The only problem is that sort of relies on having Falella around to load up on enchantments.
And obviously,
it relies on another creature.
Yeah, Theasaris saw this, like he saw what was going to happen, and he went for the primary target.
Oh, I really hope Surveyor isn't just like tech against this deck. That would be really unfortunate.
That would be really sad.
What if the Beastmaster's deck actually does something completely different, but he saw Falella and was like, "Welp, guess it's Plan B," and like this is the entirety
I was
of Plan
gonna
B.
shoot you with a bow and throw little dogs at you, but instead
I was gonna summon a barracks and make a bunch of little goblin soldiers to be completely unpredictable.
But you forced my hand. Here's Surveyor.
Oh man.
This
has been a very interesting match all around.
Absolutely. So I think the point of the Angel is so he doesn't have to cast a creature that has flying. That way the flying creature can attack Surveyor. And then I think with the Guardian Angel, he's planning on just buffing it so it can actually combat Surveyor using the same exact tactic that Surveyor is currently using.
He's got a Thorn Lasher and a Raptor Vine in hand, I believe.
Really? All right. Well, I can see it. Let's see. He cast the...
Is this the Druid Dookie Bomb? Plant Dookie?
Just a bunch of little plant guys? No, these...
No, Raptor Vines are not little.
No. Actually, the plant creatures, they have a lot of value to them. Like the Raptor Vine, the Vine Snapper, they're very, very powerful creatures for their cost. They have a lot of value. The only issue is they can't move, except for Raptor Vine, which you have to pay mana to move, and then he starts to counter his cost.
But the benefit of the Vine tokens is that you can summon them basically exactly where you need them.
Yes, absolutely. And so because of that, they kind of outweigh their downside. So that's why that's one reason the Druid is really strong right now. The Druid is considered, I think, like second strongest like basically right under Wizard, and the reason why is Wizard is very versatile, and you can up Wizard's tower.
Yeah.
So those two things right there make the Wizard incredibly powerful. However, the Druid is just focused and does a lot of things very well. This enchantment build works really well. I've seen the bridge troll builds. The plant builds. What was the one episode I made? The Ford's conveyor belt, where it just wrapped, or they just pulled Company. You through the Ford Motor Company. You just pulled the creatures through, through the
gnashing wall of horror.
All right, so it looks like he's affecting Severe with Hand of Bimshala.
No surprise there.
Then he's going to activate Severe and probably swing at,
I guess, the mage.
Yeah, it's nope, going for the angel. The angel has 1 armor, which is pointless. The angel has a dodge, which is pointless. It's a really prime target.
That's a valid point. Severe is just so nasty here. And with no direct solutions in the Druid's deck, this is going to be an uphill battle.
I've noticed a lot of people talking down to Severe, going, it's not really worth its cost. It's not very powerful. It has some cool effects, but otherwise, what's the point? Well, I think after this episode, a lot of people might really be reconsidering how effective Severe actually can be.
I'm certainly reconsidering my position against him as a buff target. His initial cost of 15 is really not that bad when you consider that most of the enchantments that are on him are 5 or less, which means you are going to be banking some mana every turn. The other thing to consider is I don't know that it would be as effective against a deck that used a lot of direct removal. Something like a Force Master that had access to like Banish or Force Hold or some type of mind control or anything like that would make this build sort of prohibitive in and of itself.
Terrifying. It would be terrifying with Enchantress Wardstone mind controlling the whole time. That'd be very effective.
It would be specific tech against buddy builds, and I think it's clear that this is some version of a buddy build.
Yeah. It's a
curious one.
There's
Mass Dispel, it's very vulnerable to that. And the fact that the Druid doesn't have it tells me he wasn't prepared for this.
Absolutely. And the Enchanter's Wardstone hasn't come down on the Theasaris' side yet, so Mass Dispel would be effective, although it's very expensive to put in any deck except for the Wizard.
I cannot recall the specific wording of Enchantment Transfusion. Does the initial target of it have to be a friendly creature?
No, any creature or any creature up to 2 zones away.
So why hasn't he moved all of the enchantments off of Severe and onto the Guardian Angel?
Because you cannot affect. So
that was my question.
Yeah, you cannot affect the enchantment on an enemy creature. You can only affect your own enchantments.
Okay, there we go.
Otherwise, that would be. It's already a powerful spell to begin with, but man,
if it allows you to steal buffs, it would be just so strong.
It'd be ludicrous. Looks like the Theasaris is putting yet another enchantment on Severe here.
At this point, who can pretend to be surprised? I think we can see the point of this deck. Play Severe, buff Severe. Win.
I am interested to see what Zill's plan is here to get out of this.
Yes,
because this is going to be tricky. As I said, I really felt like the one way to do it is to actually use the Guardian Angel to take out Severe, but it looks like at this point he's planning an escape.
Is that buff a defensive one? Do you think? The one that he has in Severe now?
It's very possible. At this point, he has a lot of aggressive spells on it, so it's not, that big of a deal to put anything else on it.
I don't even think he bothered. I don't even think that Zilfalon bothered to put a guard on the Guardian Angel because the Guardian Angel didn't get a counterattack.
No, it was attacked, and the Guardian Angel hasn't activated yet. So, which leads me to believe either he's going to guard now to heal the Guardian Angel, or he's actually going to do what I predicted and start chopping away at Severe, which is gonna. Nope, actually, he's going straight for the mage.
He's determining the tempo of the battle.
So he feels the pressure. He feels the pressure from Severe, and he says, "You know what? I'm just going to try to kill you before your Severe can just kill all my creatures." And he's going to try to outdamage him.
So the Enchantment Transfusion build rapidly shifts to a tempo strategy. It's not a bad choice. With only one creature, he is going to feel the effects of the action economy. And by he, I mean, of course, Theasaris.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this is really good that he had a contingency, or at least he's thinking of one right now. Because it's all too often people have a game plan in their head on how their deck's going to work, but they don't really consider what happens when their opponent plays a series of moves or strategy that completely just counters what they were going to do. You have to be able to think on a spot and come up with something to outwit your opponent, or just to counter crush them.
I really do believe that this game involves far more wit than most people give it credit for, because that ability that you're speaking of right there is the primary reason why you kick my ass 90% of the time we play this game.
No comment. I mean, it's that, and you just have to really know what your opponent can do, and you need to know card knowledge. It's has so much more to offer than certain other games. Most other games, honestly, as far as strategy goes.
You love tactical movement.
Oh, I love tactical movement. I mean,
all right, enough about the game at large. Let's talk about the actual specific. All right, so it looks like he's swapping out the Thorn Lasher, which I always thought was a good choice. I'm not quite clear as to why he'd chosen that last turn. He was never going to have enough mana to cast it, although now he's up to 15, which means he could drop something truly nasty. It's possible that Escape might be in sight for Zilfalon, but frankly,
I mean, I don't see it being a bad choice. He's not hindered by Severe because Severe is flying. So he can run 2 spaces, and he can teleport 2 spaces and get himself near the corner of that battlefield on the opposite end. And that would land him 2 zones away, or 2 turns away from Severe, unless, of course, that gets teleported.
He appears to be considering a Wand of Healing, but that's a move that I'd consider a little weak at this point. I think
there's not enough effect tokens to really make it worth it.
And I can't anticipate there being any, with Severe not having any attacks that inflict them.
I feel like he's definitely a Bear Strength and Wand of Healing. So literally those 2 cards say it all right now. Wand of Healing, I'm going to try to heal myself and just outlive you. And then I'm going to Bear Strength my current creatures and try to kill you before Severe can kill me.
Totally valid. And he's probably going to spend a little bit of that bonus mana activating Raptor Vine and getting that thing to walk across the field. I can't tell you, man. Every time I've built a Druid deck, I've always been like, Raptor Vine? 3 or 4. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Great creature. There's a 1 in this deck. Actually, that's kind of interesting to point out. Zilfalon has a lot of different creatures in this deck. We see, how do you say his name? Krathos? Krathos, you know, to counter zombie or undead in general. You see the eagle. So he just has a fast creature in there to pick off other creatures. He has, let's see, obviously he had the angel, and he had Philella, and then finally I see a Vine Snapper, and then one other creature I can't really tell from here.
I think there was a Thorn Lasher that I saw
Thorn
earlier.
Lasher, that would be it.
So he's got a variety
one
of
of all of
plants.
them, you know.
And again, now more than half of the board is covered in plant tokens at this point.
And so right away, actually, that's a tell, because if he plans on running away, what he's doing right now is he's placing those vine markers right there to save himself from the enemy pursuing him. I mean, of course, it doesn't help against Severe, but against the Beastmaster, it certainly does. Indeed. So if he's actually planning on escaping, he's actually telling his strategy by spreading the vine markers rather than concentrating them on 1 or 2 zones.
The Beastmaster may have made a fatal error in approaching this closely, because now her escape route is cut off by vine tokens.
And that's exactly what the Druid does. It seems to go defensive at first, and then it just overwhelms you with things that you were not expecting.
Is this deck a Venus flytrap?
kind of. So, Guardian Angel swinging at the Beastmaster there. No surprise. He's trying to get his actions off before.
Actually, it's a bit of a surprise. I'm curious to know why he hasn't Bear Strength yet.
I think he's planning on doing the Raptor Vine. The Guardian Angel's already hurt.
So
true. It looks like he's just kind of thrown it to the wind, just like he did for Lella. He's cutting his losses, not going to put any more commitment into those creatures.
Constantly trying to push forward for damage, because otherwise you get mired in Severe.
So he rolled 2 points of damage and 2 critical damage on the and 2 on the effect. No effect. So 2 and 2. There's no armor, and he didn't activate Temple of the Dawnbreaker, so that's not going to help him. He does have a point of armor. I lied. He has the gloves on, so he's going to deal 3 damage with that attack.
All right.
Alright, so a little bit of consideration now from Theasaris.
Curious to see. It doesn't look like either one of them has updated a life total. Unless the Beastmaster had 37, but I don't believe that's true.
No, I didn't see any life gain.
It says Theasaris sets Theasaris' damage counter to 6 plus 3.
So it must have been at 3 before. Oh, yeah, he dealt 3 damage last turn. So he dealt 3 damage last turn, and now he added another 3, so it's at 6.
Oh, I see. Yes, there is actually a damage.
Sorry, we're trying to figure out Octagon a little bit.
But no, I do. I see the there's damage 6 there.
For those who are not seeing what we're seeing, if you see the gray boxes there, that's Zilfalon's stats. But if you look just above it in the dark gray, the almost black headline there, you can see the Theasaris' stats as well. Did he just reveal Agony? Looks like okay. He revealed Agony right as Severe goes for the attack.
After a Hand of Bimshala was used on it, which is really, really good. Shows really good patience.
Yes, it does. All right, pay the 3 mana for Agony, and then we're expecting a response from Zilfalon.
Probably going to be one of those 2 hidden enchantments. Let's see what they are. No, no luck so far.
So many enchantments. I guess I'll just attack everything because I'm a crushing monster.
I wish there was like an effect that if you had too many enchantments on you, you'd have to roll like the effect die every turn or explode.
There's creatures somewhat like that.
Mage Wars Chaos Edition.
Let's see. The Thesaris rolled, and he rolled 5 attack dice. He got 4 damage and 1 critical. And so, bam. Yep. Damage added to the Vine Tree. He's going for the Vine Tree.
Interesting.
He's taking out his life bond. Because right now he doesn't feel comfortable attacking the Druid, because the Druid can just transfer mana, have health. Life. It just, Alright, so the Raptor Vine comes in and swings in, does 2 normal damage and 2 critical. So that's another 3.
Wow. Really just very consistent. And again, no bear strength on either one of those creatures. Does he have another creature in his hand? He's got the bear strength and what?
It was not a creature.
I thought it was the Thornlasher again.
We're just going to have to... It might be.
Bridge Troll?
There it is.
Oh my.
This
game just took a turn for the ugly and stupid.
Or turn at the ugly and stupid as everybody just looks over at the
healing. Right. 1 of healing and a bear's strength.
Hey, go in long game, trying to outlive the at this point. Or what's he doing? Oh, he's gonna heal the angel.
Yep, reasonable.
Heal the angel, try to keep it alive. The angel's avoid does work against the bridge troll currently.
Yes, and so does the angel's guard, which is actually more important.
Let's see. All right.
There it is. Very nice.
Moving things around. Alright. Takes the damage marker off by healing it. It's confirmed. There's a lot of in Octagon, there's a lot of communication back and forth, because since things aren't automated, there's moving the damage off. Do you realize I'm doing this?
Indeed.
You do understand. Okay, I'm going to move this off. It's very much. It reminds me a lot of like pro Magic tournaments where every time somebody makes a play, they look at their opponent and go, "Do you have a reaction? You do not. Okay."
It should be noted at this point that both Theasaris and Zilfalon have a face-down enchantment cast on themselves.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, in Zilfalon's case, he actually does have a face-down Barkskin in play right now.
That is really good.
I don't know what Theasaris is, but from what we've seen so far, I'm willing to bet it's an attack buff. It seems like the only...
It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So currently there are no, except for, what is it? Oh, actually, he just revealed it for me.
Bridge Troll.
What is the card I am thinking of? Except for the Fury, except for the card that gives you, charge +2 and piercing 1. There was
Lion's Fury.
Thank you.
Lion's Charge.
Forgetting.
Lion's Charge.
Except for that card, there are no other cards that actually give you the piercing quality permanently.
Really?
Yep. There is a actually.
I thought Hawkeye did range +1 and piercing +1.
Nope, that just does range +1. There are charge commands that do that.
Yes, yeah.
But they're obviously temporary. Huh. There is a card currently in promo that gives +3 piercing enchantment, but I suppose they decided not to make that a real card yet, because that is actually very powerful, at least in a current meta. In a current meta, armor is very strong, so anything that gives crazy amounts of piercing, people are just like jumping on top of each
Salivating
other,
over.
trying to grab.
I distinctly remember that one of the first decks that I seriously built for the game was a Brogan Bloodstone build, purely for that reason.
It's awesome.
All right, looks like both players have made their selections. And
Movement from deployment zone or deployment phase. He creates his vine marker. He's going to throw it all the way in the left corner
wow,
there.
look at that. The entire 2/3 of the map is filled with vines.
And he's going to pay 1 to throw 1 all the way in the far left corner there. Spreading the vines as can. All right, they're done with deployment phase. Just a little bit of waiting here.
All right.
Okay, so now we're on the first quick cast phase.
Hand of Bimshala and a Bear's Strength. So yeah, it looks like the Druid is changing gears rapidly to an offensive build.
It's going to be very tough because even if he takes out Severe, that bridge troll is just... Oh, it's so
not going
hard to
anywhere.
deal with. You have to sink so many resources to take it out. I'm saying it like this because I've dealt with him so many times.
It's a very good creature, and curiously a soldier.
The only time... Well, no, there are 2 times. There are 2 times that I've won against somebody who played bridge troll. And do you know what my strategy was both times?
Go straight for the mage.
Run away and pull the mage with me. I like it like as if throwing a leash on the enemy mage and pulling them across the field away
All
from
right,
the
hang on,
bridge
hang on.
troll
Hand
as
of
fast as
Bimshala
possible.
targets the Joktari Beastmaster. Interesting.
All right, looks like... Oh, is he going to heal it? Yeah,
I think he's-
he heals
yep.
him 1.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, so he adds a guard marker to the bridge troll. He's not going to swing in with the bridge troll because there's frankly...
There's no reason to.
I mean, he
Smart
could hit
decision.
the Raptor Vine, but I guess he deemed it not worth it yet.
Indeed.
And there is an enchantment right now on the bridge troll, so I would anticipate maybe a Bear Strength, but maybe an unavoidable, as the Angel or the Raptor Vine might come swinging in at it.
The Guardian Angel is wounded now, and as such gains a wounded prey marker.
More ways to kill with Severe, just...
Okay, let's see.
All right, the Theasaris is done with his turn, so it's on 2.
Well,
Done with the action,
yes. Passes the action over. Looks like we're going to see some consideration about the bridge troll.
It's just, it is nasty. When it came out, too, that was another one of those cards that when it came out, people weren't very happy with. They're like, oh, it's too expensive, costs nature and war. Nobody has that. That's going to be so expensive to put in a deck. Why would you ever put that in your deck?
Because regenerate 3.
Because regenerate 3, because nothing has that. I mean, technically.
Yeah, I mean, there are ways to give it.
Oh, man, that one build that Justin made. Regenerate like 11 health a turn.
Yeah.
Insane. Ugh.
Is that still coming down the pipeline, or has that video already come out?
That is coming down the pipeline. So this is future reference. You're going to see a crazy build.
Okay, so let's see.
Just taking a look at the Wounded Prey, looking back at the Bridge Troll. Does the Wounded Prey affect the Bridge Troll? The
I know
answer
the
is
thought.
no.
I know the thought
All
running
animal
through his
creatures,
head.
so it doesn't affect the Bridge Troll.
The thought running through his head is, what the hell? Regenerate 3? You've got to be kidding me.
Alright, so there's another enchantment on the Guardian Angel now.
All right, we'll see how. We'll see
Look at
what
that.
the plan is.
Look at that, he's just tapping the enchanted strings. Listen all around. I used this.
Finally, it's been many turns since he cast one.
I mean, enchantments. See, the thing is, enchantments give you an advantage, but they don't really give you a comeback most of the time.
No, they do not.
I mean, there's a few, but it's.
Reveals a bear's strength. The Guardian Angel now swings in for 5.
It's pretty brave considering the Guardian Angel could, bite it soon.
Yes. Although the Guardian Angel is not currently wounded. The Guardian Angel is still at full health.
Oh, did it? Oh,
He healed it back up to full last turn.
oh.
Yes, the Druid moved some damage around and used the Wand of Healing.
He's not nearly as in bad position as I thought he was, then.
No.
All right, roll 2 and 3 critical. Nice hit. So the Bridge Troll with currently no armor, does he ever reveal? Does he? Does he? And can't see what it is. There it is, Bear Strength.
Oh, Jesus.
So here's the counter.
Oh, my.
So now that the Guardian Angel has swung, it is not obviously guarding, so
Yes.
it doesn't get a very good counter roll here, is he? Activating it.
Let's see.
Rolls 11 on the effect die. That is an avoid.
Oh my. Just ducking out of the way of that massive tree branch.
Another reason why the Guardian Angels is just so effective.
Yes, yeah. It's another one of those examples, somewhat like the Dwarf Panzer Guard. It's got a really effective dodge chance. It's got lots of armor. It's got a bit of health. It's chunky. It's hard to put down in one shot.
Absolutely.
Unless you're a bridge troll with bear strength.
A lot of consideration again. Let's see.
Spends
an action marker to throw down its own Enchanter's Wardstone.
And the Joktari moves into the space with the Druid. The party square has begun.
Oh, 6 mana for the Regrowth Belt. My mistake. Why was I looking at Enchanter's Wardstone? Nope. I swore I saw it move. Okay, so he casts a Regrowth Belt on himself, which is surprising that he cast it already when he could just have done it as a quick marker later on.
And still has the unrevealed face down enchantment.
Follows after the Beastmaster attacks.
And we'll see what happens.
Does 4 critical damage. Lot of crits this game.
Lot of crits.
And neither of them are really playing that high armor, so I guess it doesn't really matter a whole lot.
Well, I mean, I suppose the Druid has no armor, but Theasaris is rocking those leather gloves, right?
Yeah. And they have helped. There has been at least 1 damage dealt from every attack toward Theasaris. In fact, I think he'd be -4 health right now had it not been for a simple pair of gloves.
Huh. Barkskin still unrevealed. Now would seem to be the time.
Let's see. Alright, he targets the Druid with Surveyor, which means he's going in for the attack.
The reveal is surely coming.
Let's see. If he deals no damage, no basic damage, no point revealing Barkskin.
That's valid. There have been a lot of criticals.
The Barkskin does have cantrip, so by and large, it's usually not worth it to dispel. But when you have like this much of an advantage over your opponent, you generally want to make sure that they can't take it back from you with things like Regenerate.
Yes. Also, I'm fairly confident I saw 2 or 3 of those in the deck. Unless Barkskin is legendary.
That's guard to Severe. So he's going to guard with Severe. He's not actually going to attack. Huh. How about that?
Curious.
That is... He wants to protect his Beastmaster right now because he sucked a lot more damage. He's
taken 12.
Even though it seems like the Druid has a huge advantage when it comes to creatures, the Druid actually has taken 12 damage while Zilfalon... I'm sorry, not the Druid. The Beastmaster. The Beastmaster has taken 12 damage while Zilfalon it looks like he's like way behind, has taken none, and his 2 creatures are still fine.
Yeah, that's valid. They are fine, but they are much smaller and less impressive.
No joke. All right, well, we're gonna end this. We'll see you guys later. Next episode.